Students, I am Professor Sachin Berat from Arts Technical Campus, SAS Ahmednagar. Today, we have to learn the numerical on design of shaft based on maximum shear stress theory. So, layout of shaft is given here. Two pulley B and pulley C is mounted on the shaft, and at point A and D, bearings are given. So, the numerical is to design a shaft means here to find the diameter of shaft. So, the given data is here in this numerical data is given, that is P1 force, P1 is given, that is maximum tension is given as 2.5 kilonewton, that is 2500 Newton. This P1 force is given, and it is given that angle of wrap, angle of theta, angle of wrap here given as 180 degree, means theta is equal to pi is given. Then next, coefficient of friction mu is given as 0.24, and yield strength of shaft, that is SYT, is equal to 400 mm is given. Then 400 Newton per mm square. Then factor of safety is given as equal to 3. Then here in this numerical, the diameter of pulleys are given. For pulley B, diameter is given as 500, and for pulley C, diameter is given as 250. Means D1 equal to 500 mm is given, and D2 250 mm is given. Pulley diameters are given. So our main aim is to find diameter of shaft, that is D, diameter of shaft. So students, how to proceed? First step is to find permissible shear stress. Find permissible shear stress. The formula is tau, permissible shear stress tau is equal to S suffix Sy upon factor of safety, that is SSSY is nothing but yield strength in shear, and Fs is factor of safety. For maximum shear stress theory, this SSY, yield strength in shear, is nothing but 0.5 SYT upon factor of safety. So calculate this tau, permissible shear stress, that is equal to 0.5 into SYT 400 upon factor of safety is 3. So by calculation, we will get permissible shear stress as 66.67 Newton per mm square. So next step second is to find torsional moment. Second step is find torsional moment, that is MT. So students, how to find torsional moment? Before that, we have to calculate P1, P2, P3, P4 forces on the pulley B and on the pulley C. Here forces P1 plus P2 is acting on the pulley B, that is total tension of pulley B, and on the pulley C forces we have here consider P3 plus P4 because P1 and P2 these are the tensions in tight side and slack sides of the belt. Here belt is given, similarly for also for pulley C. So our first aim is to find the forces. So how to find forces? We have P1 upon P2 is equal to e raised to mu theta, that is limiting tension ratio. This is nothing but limiting tension ratio, and P1 it is given in the numerical P1 equal to 2500 Newton. So by calculation we will get 2500 upon P2 is equal to e raised to mu. Mu is coefficient of friction and mu is given as 0.24 into pi, means we will get answer for force P2 as by calculation 1176.47 Newton. Next step is again torque supplied to shaft by pulley C is, that means for pulley C and for pulley B. Here by pulley B is, because B pulley is bigger pulley and C is the smaller pulley. For pulley B we have one equation, Mt equal to, that is torsional moment equal to P1 minus P2 into R1, where R1 is the radius of pulley. So here Mt is equal to, here P1 and P2 we have already calculated the value of P1 and P2 as P1 is 2500 minus P2 1176.47 into radius R1 of pulley B. Here diameter is given as 500, means that radius is equal to, for pulley B radius is 250 mm. So we will take here 250, that is the radius R1. So by calculation we will get torsional moment 330,882.5 Newton mm. By calculation we will get torsional moment. Then again calculate forces P3 and P4. Again students, how to calculate forces P3 and P4? Again we have limiting tension ratio P3 upon P4 is equal to e raised to mu theta, that is standard equation for limiting tension ratio, and the torque supplied to the shaft due to pulley C, that is on pulley C, two forces are acting, P3 and P4. That's why here we consider Mt is equal to P3 minus P4 into R2, that is radius of pulley C. Here diameter is given 250 mm, means D2 is 250 mm, means R2 is equal to 125 mm. So here from this equation Mt, we have already calculated value of Mt, torsional moment is 0.5, that is equal to P3 minus P4 into radius of pulley C, that is R2, equal, that is 125. So by calculation you will get equation P3 minus P4 is equal to 2647.06 Newton. So students, up till now will get the relation for P3 and P4. So next step is, we know that we have limiting tension ratio P3 by P4 equal to e raised to mu theta. So from these two equations we will get answer for P3 and P4. So we have, again we know that P3 upon P4, this ratio is equal to e raised to mu. Mu is coefficient of friction is given 0.24 into theta is pi. Again here that ratio P3 upon P4 e raised to 0.24 into pi, ratio is 2.125, means P3 is equal to 2.125 P4. Here we develop two equations because here two unknowns are there. So from by solving these two equations we will get answer for P3 and P4. So by solving call this equation as A and this equation, second equation as B. By solving equation A and B, we will get P3, or just put the equation for P3 equal to 2.125 P4 into equation A, that is 2.125 P4 minus P4 is equal to 2647.06. So by solving we will get answer for P4 is equal to 2352.94 Newton. And as we will get the answer for P4, similarly find P3 force. How to find P3? That here in this equation A, just put the value of P4, that is into 2.125, means we will get P3 force, that is equal to 2.125 into P4 into P4 is 2352.94, means P3 is equal to 5000 Newton. By calculation we will get force P3 is equal to 5000 Newton. So up till now, how to find out the permissible shear stress, then torsional moment MT, that is 330 into 2.5 Newton meter, and the forces acting on the pulley B and on the pulley C. Here two forces or tensions in the tight side and tension in the slack sides of belt are acting. That's why here we have to calculate four forces. Here initially P1 force is given. From P1 force we calculate P2, P3 and P4. So next step is step number 2, find bending moment on the shaft. So here there are two considerations to find bending moment on the shaft. That is because on the pulley there are two forces are acting. On the pulley B, vertical forces is acting, and on the pulley C, horizontal force is acting. That's why here we have to find out the bending moment for vertical as well as horizontal bending diagrams. So here this is nothing but a vertical loading diagram. Vertical loading diagram. So the diagram, in this diagram, or here in this numerical point or in A and D having reactions. So here we have to consider reactions at point A and D, RAB and RDB, and it is given in the numerical that pulley B, on the pulley B belt is there, and for belt there are two tensions are acting, P1 and P2. So that's why we have to here neglect the weight of the pulley, and here we have to only consider P1 plus P2 force, that is tension on the belt P1 plus P2, that we have already calculated the tension on the tight side and slack side of the pulley B, that is equal to 3676.47 Newton. So let us proceed how to find bending moment for vertical bending moment and next is horizontal bending moment. So before that we have to find the reactions at point A and reactions at point D. So students, how to find reactions? Taking, so next step is find reactions. How to find reactions? By taking bending moment at point A. Here we have to consider bending moment at point A, means we have to consider point A, that is summation MA is equal to 0, and we know that by taking moments about point, the magnitude is force into perpendicular distance, and here we have to consider the clockwise bending moment. Clockwise bending moment is positive and anti-clockwise bending moment is negative. So here we have to consider bending moment at point A, means we have to find the bending moment, that is here on the right side of point A the two forces are acting at point B and at point D, means we have to consider the bending moment of point B about point A and bending moment at point D about point A. So here this 3676 Newton force is acting clockwise towards point A, means summation MA bending moment about point A is nothing but this force plus 3676.47 magnitude of that force. Here it is positive because this force is acting clockwise towards point A into perpendicular distance between the force and the moment point is 200 mm, means into 200. Then another force is acting is RDB, that is RDB, and bending moment is nothing but that force into perpendicular distance. So here that because and one another point is there, this RDB is acting anti-clockwise towards the point A. That's why here we have to consider sign convention as minus this force RDB into perpendicular distance between point D and A is 1000 mm. That is 1000. So by calculation you will get this RDB is equal to 735.294 Newton. So students, by taking bending moment at point A, you will get reactions RDP that is equal to 735.294. But how to calculate RAB? Again, to find RAB, we have to consider summation of all vertical forces is equal to 0. Here, vertical forces are RAB 3676, this force, and RDB, that is 735.29. And the sign conventions for vertical forces, that is summation of vertical forces is equal to 0, means here we have to consider upward forces as positive and downward forces as negative, that is magnitude of force. So here RAB is upward force, that's why here we have to consider magnitude of this RAB is positive RAP. Another force is this 3676, it goes downward, means here we have to consider minus sign 3676.47, and remaining force RTV is acting upward, that's why here we have to consider the magnitude of that force is positive 735.294. So by calculation we will get RAB reactions at point A is 2941.18 Newton. So students, in this step we will calculate the reactions at point A and reactions at point D. Next and important step is to calculate the bending moment at point B and bending moment at point C. Find bending moment at point B and C. Find at point B and C because point A and point D, these are the end points, and for end points the bending moment is 0, and bending moment is always maximum is either for point B or for point C. So let us proceed how to calculate the bending moment at point B first and then C. So bending moment at point B, that is MB, and here MBV is MBV for vertical loading diagram, that is for vertical bending moment at point B. So students, we know that bending moment is nothing but force into perpendicular distance. But to draw bending moment diagram, again we have to consider the sign conventions. So vertical, to find the bending moment at point B, we we have to consider either left side forces or either right side forces. If you consider left side forces, then sign conventions are clockwise positive and anti-clockwise negative. If you consider the left side forces of B, then sign conventions are clockwise positive, anti-clockwise negative. If we consider the right side forces of that point B, then the sign conventions are changed. That is, when we consider the right side forces, the sign conventions are anti-clockwise forces are positive and clockwise forces are negative. So let us find bending moment at point B. Here we have to consider the left side forces. Here left side force is 2941.18 into perpendicular distance is 200 mm, and here the sign convention is positive because we have to consider the left side forces. For left side forces, sign convention is clockwise positive, anti-clockwise negative. This is for right side. That is 2941.18 into perpendicular distance is 200, means MBP, that is equal to 588.236 Newton. Or in another way, also we have to calculate the bending moment at point B by considering the right side forces. Students, remember that while considering right side forces, you have to take sign conventions as anti-clockwise positive and clockwise negative. So when we consider the right side forces, here only one right side force is there, that is going upward. MBP is equal to, this force is acting anti-clockwise. The rotation of this force is anti-clockwise towards point B. That for anti-clockwise right side, you have to consider sign convention as positive, means the magnitude of this force is plus 735.94 into perpendicular distance is 800 mm, means we will get same answer for either left side. When we consider either left side or right side forces, we will get same answer, that is equal to 588.236 Newton. So this answer is for bending moment at point B. Next, bending moment at point C. In previous step, we have to calculate the bending moment at point B. Here again, consider point C and consider left side forces. So MCV is equal to, here on the left side of point C, two forces are acting. One is RAV and another is P1 plus P2. This RAV acting clockwise and this P1 plus P2 acting anti-clockwise, means this bending moment at point C is nothing but this force plus 2941.18 into perpendicular distance between point C and A is 800. It is 200 plus 2941.18 into distance 800 mm, and one another force is there. For this particular force, sign convention is negative because here we have to consider left side forces, and this force is acting anti-clockwise towards point C. That's why here we consider sign convention as negative, and that force is 3,676.47 into perpendicular distance is 600. So by calculation we will get bending moment at point C, that is vertical bending moment, is 147,062 Newton mm. That is bending moment at point C and bending moment at point D. So next step, how to draw vertical bending moment. We know that, suppose first of all we draw a baseline here, point A, point B, point C and point D. If there is a vertical forces vertical forces, the bending moment is inclined line. So for here we have already calculated the bending moment, calculate the value of bending moment B and bending moment C. That is, for point B, bending moment is 5,88236 Newton. If this is positive, that's why we take this as on the positive side, and bending moment at point C is nothing but 147,062 Newton meter, here Newton meter. We know that for vertical forces bending moment is inclined line, or for point loads the bending moment is inclined line. So we just here again inclined line, and this point D, here point B, C and D. This is vertical bending moment. Consider horizontal bending moment. So here we draw horizontal loading diagram, because on the pulley C belt is given, and on that belt horizontal tensions or horizontal force is acting, it is given. So students, how to, first step is to calculate reactions that we have already discussed in vertical loading diagram. How to calculate reactions at point A and at point D. How to calculate reactions? First step is to take bending moment at point A, and second step is to consider all vertical forces is equal to 0. So first step is by considering bending moment at point A, that is equal to 0, means summation of bending moment at point A is force. Here force, this force C is acting clockwise, means positive 7352.94 into perpendicular distance between point A and C is 800 and another force is acting at point D, RDF, which is acting anti-clockwise towards point A. Means here magnitude is given as negative minus that RDH into perpendicular distance between point D and A is 1000. By calculation we will get RDH is equal to 5882.35 Newton. We will get reaction RDH is equal to 5882.35 Newton. So students, we will get one reaction. How to find second reaction? By considering vertical forces. So summation of FV, summation of all vertical forces is equal to 0. So here again 3 vertical forces are there. So consider upward force positive, downward as negative. So here summation FV, that is equal to plus RAH minus 7352.94 plus this RDH force is acting upward 5882.35. So by calculation we will get RAH is equal to 1470.59 Newton. So next step, here calculate RAH reactions at point A and at point D. Next step is to find reactions at point B and at point C. So how to find reactions? Again, next step is to find bending moment at point B and at point C. So find bending moment at point, first of all, find at point B, that is M, bending moment MBH. At point B, we know that when bending moment is nothing but force into perpendicular distance. Here bending moment at point B is nothing but this force is acting clockwise. While considering the left side forces, to find the bending moment at point B, we have to consider the forces either on the left side or either on the right side. So here left side force is 1470 and it is acting clockwise. So left side force clockwise is positive. So positive 1470.59 into 200. You will get MBH is equal to 294118 Newton mm. And find bending moment at point C. How to find bending moment at point C? Again consider left side forces, clockwise positive, anti-clockwise negative. So this force is acting clockwise, is positive, that is MCH is equal to plus 1470.59 into perpendicular distance is 800, means bending moment at point at point C is 11,764,72 Newton mm. Next step is to find the resultant bending moment. How to find resultant bending moment? First of all, find bending moment at point B. How to find bending moment at point B? MBH. Square root of bending moment at point B for horizontal loading diagram, bending moment at point B for vertical loading diagram. So bending moment at point B for horizontal and vertical diagram, we know that it is for 294,118 square plus 588,236 bracket square, means bending moment at B is equal to 657667.84 Newton mm, and bending moment at C is equal to under root of MCH bracket square and MCV bracket square, and here let's put value of MCH and MCV, that is 11,764,72 plus 14,705,8, that is 11,852,7.43 Newton mm. And by taking maximum bending moment at point C. So by comparing bending moment at point B and bending moment at point C, bending moment at point C is maximum, means at point C bending moment is maximum because at point C maximum stress is acting. That's why the bending moment at point C is maximum. And just draw a horizontal bending moment diagram. This is nothing but horizontal loading diagram. So we draw horizontal bending moment diagram. We know that here point A, B, C and D. Bending moment at point B we have already found the bending moment at point B and at point C. Bending moment at point B is 29411 and bending moment at point C is 11764772. This is nothing but horizontal bending moment diagram. And last, step 4 is find diameter of shaft. How to find diameter of shaft? We know that tau equal to pi by 16 d cube under root of mb square plus mt square. Bending moment and torsional moment. Bending moment is nothing but we have already calculated the value of bending moment. It is maximum for pulley C, that is bending moment at point C is maximum, and here we have to consider the maximum bending moment because on the pulley C maximum stress is acting, and torsional moment that we have already calculated the value of torsional moment. So by just putting the values of MB and MT and tau permissible shear stress is calculated 6.67 is equal to pi upon, sorry, here it is 16 upon pi d cube and 16 upon here pi d cube under root of MB is 185,627.43 and MT is 330,882.5 square. You will get answer by calculation. Diameter D is 45.47 mm, means approximately it is 46 mm. So we'll explain in detail how to solve numerical on design of shaft on the basis of maximum shear stress theory. Thank you, students.